Get a real job. Everyone knows you're just a glorified mechanic, my golden brother said. So I pulled the $16 million contract his company relied on and watched his career implode. Okay, I need to get this off my chest. This story has been weighing on me for months now, and I think writing it all out might help me process everything that's happened. I never planned to nuke my twin brother's career and cut off my entire family. But then again, they never planned to respect me either. So I guess we're all full of surprises. Let me set this straight from the beginning. Me, 32 male, and my twin brother Liam, 32 male, couldn't be more different if we tried. Growing up, you'd think he was the chosen one while I was some disappointment they got stuck with in a buy one, get one free deal. I was the twin who spent weekends rebuilding transmissions instead of networking at country clubs, the one who got grease under his fingernails instead of manicures, the one our parents looked at with that "where did we go wrong" expression at every single family dinner. We weren't always so different when we were really young. Around 6 or 7, we were inseparable. Built forts together, rode bikes around the neighborhood, normal twin stuff. But things started changing in middle school. Liam discovered he was good at sports and making friends. I discovered I was good at taking things apart and figuring out how they worked. By high school, we were complete strangers who happened to share the same face and the same house our whole lives. Liam was the success story. Varsity quarterback, honor roll, business school, designer clothes, the whole package. Meanwhile, I was the guy tearing down engines and fabricating custom parts that nobody in my family thought would amount to anything. I still remember the day I rebuilt my first carburetor at age 14. I spent all weekend on it, meticulously cleaning every part, figuring out how it all went together. When I finished, I ran into the house, excited to show my parents what I'd accomplished. They were in the living room watching Liam's football highlights from Friday's game for the 3rd time. "Mom, Dad, look what I made." I held up the gleaming carburetor. My mom barely glanced at it. "That's nice, honey." "Oh, look at that tackle Liam made." My dad didn't even look up. "Put that greasy thing away before you stain the carpet." That became the pattern for our entire adolescence and adult life. "When are you going to get a real job, Mason?" My mom would ask this at least twice at every family gathering, while my dad nodded along with that disappointed head tilt. Liam would just sit there with that smug smile, sipping whatever trendy craft cocktail he was into that month. "Not everyone has the ambition to succeed, Mom," he'd chime in, like he was doing me a favor by explaining my existence. "Some people are just happy tinkering in garages." The worst part was how they all acted like they were concerned for my future, like they were trying to help me by pushing me toward a proper career path. They didn't understand that I already knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. They just couldn't see the value in it. I remember one Thanksgiving when I just graduated college. Liam showed up in a brand new Audi, wearing this cashmere sweater, talking about how he'd already lined up this fancy job at one of the biggest truck manufacturers in the country. "Director of corporate PR," he announced, making sure everyone heard it. "Corner office, expense account, company car." He smirked at me across the table. "What about you, Mason? Still fixing up those junkers?" My dad actually laughed. "Maybe Liam can hook you up with a job in the mailroom or something." The entire extended family was there. Aunts, uncles, cousins, and they all chuckled along. My cousin Ethan, who I'd always been close with, gave me a sympathetic look from across the table, but he didn't speak up either. "Actually," I said, trying to maintain my dignity, "I've been developing some custom modifications for off-road vehicles. There's a real market for high-end tactical and expedition builds." Aunt Cheryl patted my hand condescendingly. "That's nice, dear, but wouldn't you rather have job security, benefits, a retirement plan?" "Mason's just going through a phase," my mother said, as if I wasn't sitting right there. "He'll come around when he gets tired of getting his hands dirty." That cut deep, but I just shrugged and kept eating. Let them think what they wanted. I had plans they couldn't even comprehend. That night, after everyone had gone home, I sat in my garage looking at the prototype suspension system I'd been developing. It was innovative. I knew it was. It could handle terrain that would destroy standard factory equipment. I'd already shown it to a few serious off-roaders who were impressed. There was something here, something real, even if my family couldn't see it. I made a decision that night. I wouldn't waste energy trying to convince them of my worth. I'd just build something